This is the 2025 Ranger Raptor, and for someone that's owned two regular F-150 Raptors, one might think that this is just some little baby Raptor version. But in today's video, I'm going to do my best to explain why I'm really impressed with this thing, and it actually feels like a real Raptor, which it is. So we'll start from the front here and do a proper walk around and just take a look at the truck. It is good looking. It looks like a Raptor from the front. It has the typical Raptor grille, of course. Got some nice daytime running LEDs. Now, I borrowed this truck today from my old employer, Moon Township Ford, and this one is in Marsh Gray, and it's got two main options, and that is the beadlock wheels, and we also have a spray in liner. This car is stickered at $59,480, but with discounts, I forget what the exact number is, I'll put it up here on the screen, you get a pretty good deal. And I hadn't looked at these before, and I figured that they would be pretty expensive, like mid-60s up to 70s, because prices on vehicles nowadays are just skyrocketing across the board. But I was actually pleasantly surprised to find out that this is under $60,000, and that is to compare it to the main two competitors that it does have, and that is Colorado ZR2 and then also the Tacoma TRD. The Colorado is priced pretty similarly, but has way less of an engine. The Tacoma starts at almost $64,000, and that has a 4-cylinder. So I would have to say, for a mid-size off-road truck on the market, this is definitely the best value. Pretty aggressive rear end as well. Got the Raptor badging here. We have the Ranger across the tailgate. And this thing, it sounds like a Raptor. EcoBoost Raptor, that is. So the Ranger Raptor is 4.5 inches wider than a regular Raptor. We have 10.1 inches of suspension travel. So we all know an F-150 Raptor gets a 3.5 liter high output EcoBoost engine, unless it's a Raptor R, of course, where it's a 5.2 liter supercharged V8. This is a 3 liter EcoBoost V6, and this produces 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. So it's definitely best in class when it comes to the power, and this engine is it's really good. I love it. Explorer STs have them as well, and it's just perfectly suited for the Ranger Raptor. Now, Ford Performance actually offers a tune that costs around $700, and that ups the horsepower about 50 and then the torque about 100. So that's not some aftermarket thing, that's actually Ford Performance that offers that for the Ranger Raptor. So that's awesome. Now we got two little hood scoops on the hood as well. We got little fender scoops here, although they don't really look to be functional, but still they look good. We have the typical Raptor running board. I know I'm walking around this truck all over the place here. We were here 1 second ago, then we were up front, and then we're back here. We got a dual tip exhaust setup. Actually, I haven't looked this up. This is probably a 4.5 inch bed, or 5 maybe. Now we're gonna jump inside here, because I've been driving around in the truck, and there's actually some air conditioning left in here. Now, being a mid-size truck in the Ford family, we don't have the phenomenal leg room that an F-150 gets if it is a crew cab. So I'm 6'2". This is my driving position. I got the seat all the way back, but we got plenty of headroom though. And the interior in this thing is awesome. It's not like super duper too much special. It's just nice. Black leather seats. We got the orange contrast. We got the Raptor stitching in, I'm assuming, code orange. Door panel all black. We got the orange around the air vents as well. And we got the orange stitching on the steering wheel. Let's start her up. Yeah, I love the steering wheel. It is so nice. Now, if you've watched a lot of my Ford videos before, this is very familiar. Fully digitalized instrument cluster. And we have different drive modes. So when you choose a different drive mode, say Sport, changes up the instrument cluster. Got off-road. then that pops up on the screen there as well. And then we have Baja mode, of course. And that opens up the exhaust valve as well. So on the steering wheel here, you can actually control the exhaust valves yourself. So currently it's in Baja, and hopefully the mic will pick this up, because the biggest difference is when you go from Baja to quiet. Yeah, you can really tell a difference there. Go from quiet to normal, not really that much. Sport, not that much either, but Baja is a big difference. So we'll rev it in quiet once. And then in Baja. Yeah, that's a huge difference. And then you got different suspension buttons here as well. Off-road, obviously, because it's in Baja. And then you have normal and also sport. Now we got steering options here as well. So normal, comfort, sport, and off-road. And then we have a Raptor button right here. So here you can customize your favorite settings on the Ranger Raptor. And again, I gotta say, I'm impressed with this interior. It's very nice. The screen is nice as well. It's very, very responsive. You got all your settings and features here for the truck. And then we'll check out the camera features here. Very good camera also. And then if you're towing, you got that angle right there. And I forgot to mention that when we were outside, the Ranger Raptor can tow 5,500 pounds. And I mean, that doesn't sound like much for a truck, because it's not really a lot. The Raptor has always been the worst towing truck, the F-150 Raptor that is. It can only tow around 8,000 pounds, and that's always been because of the off-road suspension. And the Ranger Raptor is really no different. So 5,500 pounds for the Ranger Raptor. So nowadays, a lot of the stuff happens from the touchscreens and so on, but I'm glad that they have physical buttons for the climate at least, and then the volume button as well, and then the fan speed and so on. You can go in here, and it's got heated steering wheel and heated seats. Seats aren't really perforated, so no cooled seats. That would be nice if they could incorporate that as well. And then the shifter is definitely different. Got a little button right here. That would maybe take some getting used to, and it moves very easily as well. So notice when I want to put it in reverse, I accidentally put it in park. The truck wasn't moving, so nothing bad happened, but yeah. And then again, we covered this already, the different drive modes: 2 high, 4 low, and 4 automatic, or 4A. Then you have a little off-road setting button right there, and this pops up so you can check your PSI in the tires. You can lock the differentials as well, the front and the rear. Now another thing that's just a plus, this mid armrest is super soft. It's way softer than the regular Raptor was. And if we open this, just got a normal cubby right there. You got USB and USB-C. We got wireless charging right there for your phone. A cubby right here, 2 cup holders. And then we got the auxiliary switches up here as well for any kind of upfitting that you want to do. Plenty of headroom, plenty of headroom. And I fit just fine at 6'2", but as I mentioned earlier, I got the seat all the way back, and it's perfect for me. But I think that when someone gets maybe like 6'4", 6'5", I wouldn't be surprised if they would want the seat to go a little further back. Double glove box. But this thing drives like a Raptor. Let's take it out on the road. Turkey. By the way, the turning radius on this thing is awesome. It wasn't really like that with F-150 Raptors that we had. Suspension, typical Raptor, just soaks up all these bumps. Real bumpy here. I mean, it picks up. This engine is quick. I'd like to see a drag race between the Ranger Raptor and the regular EcoBoost F-150. You know, they're not drag racing trucks by any means, but they are quick. And because of the difference in weight, I think they would be pretty similar. I'm just impressed how this feels like a real Raptor. It's just a little smaller version. I didn't think that it was gonna feel typically Raptor-ish because I'm so used to having Raptors, and they're obviously so much bigger. I mean, it just wants to let loose. So we're gonna switch it back to POV here, and one thing that I love, you definitely couldn't do this in our Raptor back in the day, is that you can turn the camera on while you're driving, and there's different settings. So now I have it on the, I guess, blind spot setting, so the cameras that are sitting in the side view mirrors are filming. Now the silly thing is it won't let you have the front camera on, but it will let you have the rear camera if that's what you want. And then also if you're towing, again, you can have that setting on while you're driving. But I love this. It's, I guess, kind of Tesla inspired. I see the BMW better than I do in the side view mirror. So that's a great feature. I'm gonna put it in sport. There we go. And then we're gonna click the manual option and use the paddle shifters. I mean, it shifts super quick. I don't even remember the 10-speed doing that in the second gen Raptor that we had, the F-150 Raptor. Yeah, I'm impressed by this thing, man. And these seats are just, they're perfectly bolstered. They're not too stiff. I mean, it's a great all-around truck. Yeah, I love this thing, man. And people think I'm getting paid to say this. I do a lot of Ford videos and stuff, but I mean it. If this thing was trash, I would have trashed it. But it's not. I love it. Back to automatic. We'll put it in quiet here. Oh, a huge difference. And then the valves open automatically if you really, you know, get on it again. It's just the best of both worlds. I wish I had this as a press car, so we could just go off-roading and jump it and do all kinds of fun stuff. It's a dealership car, so obviously I can't do that, and that's really what this truck is made for, kind of. Maybe not jumping it every day, but off-roading. So the Ranger Raptor comes with 285/70 diameter tires. They're the BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2s. So like with an F-150 Raptor, it comes standard with 35s, and you have an option for 37s. Raptor R, for instance, only comes with 37s. 35s are not available from the factory, to my knowledge, for the Ranger Raptor, although some people obviously put 35s on aftermarket. But they're very quiet. That's what I liked with the KO2s on the regular Raptor as well. Are they the best off-road tire? Definitely not. But again, it depends on how much you're going to off-road. Most Raptor owners, whether it's an F-150 Raptor or a Ranger Raptor, don't really off-road them all that much.
That looks fast. Oh my God, that was...
Even though that's what they're made for, most of them are payment queens. That's just a fact. So fuel economy, according to Ford, is 16 in the city, 17 on average, and 18 on the highway. Those numbers are awfully close. I would love to test those out at some point. I remember when we would drive to Florida and back and so on, I would get up to 19, 20 in the F-150 Raptor. So I think that if you're driving conservatively in the right, you know, drive mode and all that stuff, you can probably get close to 20 on the highway. You have to. But these EcoBoost engines, as soon as they're in boost, they slurp fuel like nobody's business. But it is very, very potent though. As we mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the most powerful mid-sized truck that you can get on the market. It's definitely more powerful than its main two competitors that are the Colorado ZR2 and the Tacoma TRD. So on the passenger side A-pillar, we have a handle. On the driver's side, we don't, which is a little weird. It'd be nice to grab onto when you're jumping up into the truck. We have little handles here, though I don't know if it is a handle, but it looks like a handle. But all in all, the interior, it's nice in here. I love it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know your opinion, your thoughts on the Ranger Raptor. And thanks once again to Minden Township Ford for lending me their one and only currently Ranger Raptor that they have on the lot. It is currently for sale, so if you're in the market, definitely check them out. I'll leave all their contact information in the description below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.